Paula will be here. She's running a bit late, so you're not stuck with us. Thank you all. Enjoy the day.
Hello. All right, ladies and gentlemen. I know you just had Mission Barbecue and you're probably trying to take a nap right now, but I'm going to need you to pretend like we are taking off again and give yourselves a round of applause for being here for Lake County Honor Flight 19's reunion. All right. So let's start by thanking our Honor Flight Reunion Committee, the committee chair, Tandra, and all of the volunteers. If you are a volunteer, please stand or raise your hand. If you're a volunteer today or prior to this, please stand. Let's give them a big round of applause. Without our volunteers here, this event would not be possible, so thank you so much. Also, please help me welcome and give a big round of applause. If you are a board member for Lake County Honor Flight, please stand or raise your hand. Give them a round of applause. Because without their hard work, we couldn't be here. Thank you so much. Thank you. What we're going to do is we are going to do a sound off. I know some of you have been requesting it, so if you remember your number, you know, I'm going to bring up Matt, and then Matt's going to do something, and then we're going to play the video, the full-length video. So if you follow us online, you probably saw a trailer today. It was a 2-minute trailer, but we're going to see the full-length video from the trip. It's about 8 minutes long. But please, if we can give a big round of applause to our videographer who is here with us today, Clayton Howman, please stand. Thank you for blessing us with your talents for the veterans. You did a great job. Thank you so much. This was his first trip, and he's coming back with us in October, so thank you very much. I'm always worried that we scare people away because it's too much, but he said, no, sign me up again. So that's always a great thing, so thank you very much. Let's also take a moment to think, if you are a guardian here today, you survived your honor flight, please stand. Let's give a big round of applause to all of the guardians, whether it was this trip or any other trip or a coming trip. If you are here and you are a guardian, please stand. Give them a big round of applause. Thank you so much. We obviously cannot do this work without you. After we're done watching the video, we are going to ask the veterans that have been on their honor flight here today from this last trip, pass around the mic. One of the cool and unique things that we get to do is ask you how you're doing. How have things changed or remained the same since you got back? Maybe a memorable moment from the trip. Just share something with us that we can share with other people, because then we get to go out into the community and let people know, hey, this is what we do, this is how we did it, and you got to hear it from the veterans what these honor flights mean to them. So we'll take some time to do that. I do want to remind everyone, we do have a fundraiser this coming Tuesday at Backyard Grill in Highland Park. They have delicious food. So please join us on Tuesday at Backyard Grill in Highland Park. If you want some information, it's in the email on our website and then also on our social media pages. They're going to give us 20%. There's no flyer required. All you have to do is just let them know that you're there in support of Lake County Honor Flight, and then that will count towards us. And it can also be takeout. So if you don't want to stay, just order it ahead of time and you can pick it up. And so we want to thank, she's not here with us today, but our volunteer for this is Georgianne Duberstein. Her husband is in the back. Hey, George. We want to thank her for working hard on those events for us. And as you know, we do have our next honor flight, which is the last one of this year, taking off on October 7th, and it comes back on October 9th. We are coming back a little bit later than we normally do, so the welcome home will be at 8 p.m. So if you are up for it, come join us and welcome back the next group of veterans. We're taking 25 veterans. This is the first time we're doing 25. Pray for us, y'all, because I don't know how we're going to do this, but 25 veterans that we're going to be taking to Washington, D.C. All right, at this time, Matt, come on over. Let's give it up for Matt.
Lake County Honor Flight 19. Have your attention, please. We have Stella back for sound off.
Great introduction, right? Thank you. All right, are you all ready?
Ready.
Are you ready?
Ready.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you remember your number?
No, ma'am.
We're gonna find out. Sound off. 1,
Yo!
2. 1,
Yo!
2, 3, 4. Nobody's here? 5,
Yo!
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13,
1F.
14, 15,
Yeah!
16,
Yo!
17,
Yo!
18,
Yo.
19,
Yo!
20, 21, 22, Heard about you. 23, 24.
Yo!
All home. Thank you.
All right. So yeah, we are gonna now lower the lights or turn off the lights. We're gonna play the video on these two screens in front of you. And yeah, enjoy. Thank you again very much for 1, your patience, and 2, for just letting us do this for you. And we hope that you enjoy it. And thank you again, Clayton. All right, we're gonna get set up to do, just asking any of the veterans that are here today, how have you been? What's going on? Tell us a joke, a secret. What would you like us to know about your honor flight trip? What did it mean? But actually, before we do that, I see my friend over here, Lonnie, who I walked in, and I love when people are like, I got something to give you. And I'm always like, is it money? Because we need money. And he's like, yes, it is. So he has something he wants to share with us. You want to bring up your squad?
Yeah,
Come on up. Come on, let's give him a big round of applause. Let's take some pictures over here. I need you just to introduce yourselves to the audience first, and then this way, yeah. And then tell us why you're here. Or tell us your name and everything first.
What's my name? Oh, anyway, good evening, everybody. Well, first of all, I want to thank Paula and all the guys and everybody that invited us to the honor flight. My name is Lonnie Gibbons.
My name is George Handy. I want to thank all of you for a wonderful job.
My name is Lester Deans. I want to thank everybody because this honor flight helped change me and my thinking towards the honor flight. And Paula, I want to thank you for all the red lipstick.
All right. Telling all our secrets.
Okay.
Yeah, we all got a chance to go together, and 2 of the members that passed away, we want to say Honor John Wells and Womack. They didn't make it. We was all supposed to go together, and we got a chance to travel together, which made it a lot better for us. Thank you. And on behalf of, we all are part of the Post 397 American Legion, North Chicago. That's where we all met Paula at. Yes. And on behalf of us, we want to donate a check to the honor flight for $1,000. Thank you. On behalf of George and Lester, we truly thank you for the honor flight. Thank you.
We're off to a good start. Keep it coming. All right, who is my first person here? Introduce yourselves. Tell us, how was your honor flight?
My honor flight was wonderful. From the minute we walked out that door and saw the North Chicago police lead us out with the Corvettes and all of the motorcycles, everywhere we went, we were greeted and thanked and treated so honorable. And it was something that most of us needed to see and hear because we didn't get that 55 years ago, whatever, you know. back in our time. And we're all brothers and sisters. And we all were in it together. No matter what we did, where we were all brothers, and we honor each other. And I met and bonded with so many more, especially this big brother of mine, Lonnie. And it's such an honor to talk with everybody, not just about where you were, what you did, but to talk about family, to talk about grandkids, to talk about everyone, all your loved ones. And I would like to thank everybody that put this on, especially Paula, Matt, all of the volunteers and all of the crew that put this together. It truly went well. Thank you.
I'm Jim McGrane. It was the greatest trip that I have ever taken. You people do a magnificent job. Love you all. You're going to get plenty of thank yous, everybody here, but it is wonderful. And that's what I've told everybody. Asks me how it is. Couldn't have been better. I'm very, very happy. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
I'm Jerry Stingle, and I want to thank Paula and all the staff. This was a fantastic trip for me. I was able to, a couple of things. One was I was able to get the name of my close friend that died in Vietnam. I was able to get his name from the wall, which was very important to me. And the second major important item, I was able to see and meet, not only meet, but visit with my brother, who is a disabled veteran from the Vietnam situation as well. He lives in Fairfax, so he was able to meet me at the hotel since we could not live there. So him and his wife and my niece and her husband came down to visit with me. So that was very important to me. And as far as the memorial is concerned, I was very impressed at the Pentagon. But more impressed overall is all the great people that I was able to meet and join with for the various memorials and museums that we visited. It was grateful just to be with all the friendly people that we, and all the new people that I met. Thank you all.
I'm Jim Klaus. I had a wonderful time. I like to thank all the staff. Thank you.
My name's Kerry, and I wanted to thank the staff, volunteers, my ambassador too. He was wonderful. I think one of the most memorable things that I experienced was when we were getting into the airports and everybody was applauding. And I remember when I came back from Vietnam, I couldn't take the uniform off fast enough because of the reception that I got. And it just felt wonderful.
I'm Dan Morgan from LaGrange Park. My son and I were on a trip. I can't say enough about it myself. One thing I'll always remember is when we were approaching the Arlington National Cemetery, and somebody asked the driver a question and he answered, and then he pointed us to Audie Murphy's grave. And I'll never forget, he was describing all the things that Audie had received. If there was ever an award given to a U.S. serviceman, he got it, except one. And that was the Good Conduct Award. So he was a wild, funny guy, and I'll never forget that line. It was wonderful being with all you folks, and hope we get to do it again.
You can only go once, though. Good. You want to say something?
Do I want to date with you?
Yes! I'm accepting dates.
My name is George Elmer. I live in Arlington Heights, and I never thought I'd be able to go on this trip. I remember telling my daughter that I didn't think I qualified, and then happened to run into a fellow at a doctor's office, and he said, no, any veteran could go. And it didn't make any difference if you worked at a golf course in Tokyo, during my service, you could still go. So it's the best, gotta be one of the best trips I've ever had. It's just wonderful. And I thank all of you, and maybe we made some good friendships too, so thank you.
Amen. You heard it here. Elder and I go together now. Hey, friend.
Hi, my name is Tom Herman, and I went to Germany for 2 years, but could never give them my last name, Herman, because on TV I saw hundreds of Jewish Hermans killed in Germany. Oh, the trip was great. My wife and I had been to DC before because she had an aunt and uncle who lived just north of DC, and we used to take the train in and so forth. But I saw a lot of spots on this flight trip that we took that we didn't get to go to when we were there.
Would you recommend it to others?
Yes, I'd recommend it to everybody.
Amen. Thank you.
Well, for me, I think the trip was actually was an opportunity. And I need to thank a lot of people with the society who are able to put this on. And I think it was a great experience. I found it very profound in many ways. And it was, so I want to thank everybody who puts this on and the time that I had with a lot of you guys. And so it was great. And I hope it can continue. Thank you.
I'm Dick. I don't think there are words enough to express how grateful I am to Paula and all of the volunteers from Lake County Honor Flight Program. I never realized how much something like this means, not only to the veterans, but to the folks that aren't veterans. When I came back home, I was amazed at all the people who were asking me about the flight, what it was like, how did I enjoy it, and I couldn't really fully explain how great this actually was. One of the things that got to me most was the memorial at the Pentagon. And if you ever are in Washington, you need to see that. The other one that caught my attention was Paula's explanation on how Lake County Honor Flight got to exist. An amazing story, those two things. Now, what I really liked about the whole thing, when we were here the first night, they had bracelets. They had bracelets, two kinds, one with American flags and one with sites that we would visit on our visit. Well, I took 4 of the bracelets with the sites, one for me, one for my wife, and 2 for my 2 great-grandsons. I changed my bracelet every day so that I wore 3 of them, 4, I wore all 4 of them. When I got home, I gave 2 of the bracelets to my great-grandsons, and I explained to them what this trip was all about. The next day, one of my grandsons took the bracelet to school, and he explained to everybody in school what this was all about. So we need to think about not only us, we're the old generation, but there's a new generation coming up, our grandchildren, our great-grandchildren. And we need to teach them the values that we learned. And that's probably the greatest thing that I got out of this whole thing, watching my great-grandchildren respect the military. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Bob Panera, and I can't say much about the stage that she started off. All of this for her persistence over the years. I would think, especially, she became a good friend. Thank you very much. Oh.
Hi, my name is Jim Hoffman. Pat will tell you I'm that guy. And I kind of proved it through this whole trip. I personally want to say thank you to everybody that was involved with it. It was a wonderful trip. There was one tarnished spot. I won't name names, but the 22 comes to mind. That's all it takes is one time. No, I really enjoyed myself, and people have asked me, you know, what your trip, how your trip was, and everything else. And the best way I can describe it is just you can't believe it. And I tell people, you know, if you want to volunteer or donate, you know, donate to your homeless people, the food banks and stuff like that. That save some money and put it into the honor flight because these people do a fantastic job. And it's hard to explain exactly what, it was so much that we took in, it's kind of hard to explain, to sit down and tell somebody, okay, this, and this, because you start with one thing, then you jump to another, just like I'm doing now, and I'm sure my wife is going to say something, but anyway. But also, to add what Dick said, is about the kids knowing about it. I think we're starting to dwindle away, there aren't as many left. And I think if anybody comes up and asks you anything about what happened or what you did, I think it's our obligation to tell them. Certainly there are probably quite a few gentlemen in this room that have horror stories that shouldn't be told, but there are some of us that have funny stories about how you got drunk and then you had to go on the flight line and get into an aircraft that just came down 2 or 3 hours earlier, and it's still hotter than hell in there, and you got to cut some stuff out of the inside of the engine because you went out and got drunk. So, I mean, that's it. But I'm going to end it. I'll end it with this. On my vest is our wing patch, and it says "Return with Honor." And when we first met, I said we all returned with honor, and this time we did it again. Thank you, gentlemen and ladies. Thank you.
My name is Tony Eckenrod, and I didn't feel like I deserved to go. And my guardian kept pestering me. And my guardian is out here. And at my wife's funeral, he came up and tapped me on the shoulder and said, "Let's go." And I said, "Okay, I'll go." And I enjoyed it very much. And I wish I could have kept all the kisses I got from the bandit. But it was a lot of fun, and it took me 4 days in my sleep to catch up.
By that, my daughter Kim and I went down, and of course we
were supposed to be on honor flight in 2020, and it was canceled because of the pandemic or whatever the hell it was. And to me, it was a chance to see the Korean and World War II memorial. My brother was in World War II, and of course I was in the Korean War. And it was a chance to see both of them. I did live and work in Washington, D.C. area at Dulles Airport in 70 to 72. And I'll tell you, there's been one hell of a change. I mean, it's just unbelievable. I mean, at Dulles, the only thing out there besides the airport was the Washington Redskin training camp. But of course now it's just traffic all over the place. I really appreciate the work that the staff and Paula did. It's a trip that both Kim and I will long remember. Thank you.
My name is Carlos Vasquez. My chaperone over here, we weren't late. I don't know what everybody. We said we had plenty of time. Thank you all.
My name is Carol Young, and I thought this trip was a trip of the lifetime. The staff was great, and I saw a lot of the memorials that I had not seen before. I was stationed in Washington, D.C. for 4 years. So there were a lot of changes, but this was a chance of a lifetime, and you just couldn't believe this trip. It was something else. Thank you. And also thanks to the staff. They were marvelous.
Do we have any spouses here that want to share anything, or guardians? Any remarks that are here? Come on up. My heels are tight.
I just wanted to say that I met all of you early in the morning on a Friday. By Saturday, we were friends, and by Sunday, we were family. I cannot express how much I enjoyed being on this trip, watching my dad, seeing the friends that he's made that we are still in touch with, and I just want to thank everybody for your service. This was so moving to me to see how honored you all should have been and are, and I hope you all know that. So thank you.
Oh, come on up, Ellen.
I'm Alan Harris. I was on Honor Flight 13, so I've been there before. What Tony didn't tell you is that I started working on him the day I met him, which was about the time his granddaughter married my grandson. So I'm not quite sure what the relationship is. I guess he's my grandfather-in-law. But it was about then that I knew he was in the service. I said, Tony, when are you going to take the honor flight? He said, well, I can't do it, I can't do it. Every time I saw him, Tony, when are you going to take it? I can't do it, I can't do it. Well, after 5 years, I sort of was getting bolder and bolder, and this was his wife's memorial service, and he was right. I tapped him on the shoulder and said, Tony, what about now? And he had that glint in his eye, and he turned to me and grinned and said, now I'll go. Tony's never been to Washington. And I guess to watch how he responded to the memorials, to sort of digest our national city and everything that we were able to see, was very rewarding for me as well. This was as much a trip for me as it was for him, and I'm really honored that I was able to take him on it. Thank you for all the being here.
All right, anyone else? All All right, we are going to do the 50-50 raffle. So pull out your tickets and drum roll for the amount that you will be receiving. The winner will get $141 to take home. All right now. So pull out your tickets. Who did not buy a ticket up here? Who did not buy a ticket? Somebody not buy a ticket? No? Did you buy a ticket? No, get over here then. I need someone that didn't buy a ticket to pull this. All right, so help me out with the drum roll on your table. How much is it worth to you? Take 10%. All right, let's see what we have here. 8, 4, 8, 2, 5, 3. 848 253. Where? All right, we have a winner. Please go to the back table and collect your winnings. Thank you so much to everybody that participated. Before we head out, please again help me give a big round of applause to Tanja, our DJ of Joy, and the entire volunteer sector today for putting this together. You'll get the video, I'm going to email it to everybody tonight. You'll get both of them. So there's a teaser video, which is 2 minutes long, and then the full-length video is about 8 minutes long. We'll send you the link. We're not going to publicize the full-length video until about Tuesday, I think, when we send out our next announcement. So just so you know, we haven't posted it, but you're welcome to share it. It's your video. And yeah, that's it. Any questions before we dismiss? No?
Thank you, Paula.
Thank you. Thank you all. You've been great. Thank you for joining us today. Drive home safely. We will see you soon. We love you all.